Episode 7 of Power Book 4, Season 3 is anticipated to intensify the conflict after the dramatic conclusion of Episode 6. Tommy Egan is getting closer than ever to becoming Chicago's most feared kingpin, betrayals are coming, and bodies are about to drop. You should be aware of these spoilers and predictions for Episode 7. Tommy goes on offense, Section 1. Tommy is anticipated to go all out in the opening scene of Episode 7. In Episode 6, Tommy discovers that waiting is no longer an option after being cornered. Tommy starts making first strikes, targeting his enemies before they can move, instead of responding to attacks. This is where the classic power Tommy reappears, calculated, merciless, and utterly unpredictable. Chicago will soon discover that once Tommy decides to go to war, there is no turning back. Section 2, A Victim of the Serbian War. In Episode 7, the conflict with the Serbian crew is anticipated to turn deadly. There will be a significant loss on one side, either a trusted lieutenant or a senior member. This is no longer merely retaliation. Sending a message is the main goal. Peace between Tommy and the Serbs is officially impossible by the end of the episode. Section 3, Diamond loses CBI control. In Episode 7, Diamond's leadership will be put to the test more than before. CBI starts to fracture from the inside as pressure increases. Some members begin to doubt Diamond's authority, while others think about joining Tommy more closely. Section 3, Diamond loses CBI control. In Episode 7, Diamond's leadership will be put to the test more than before. CBI starts to fracture from the inside as pressure increases. Some members begin to doubt Diamond's authority, while others think about joining Tommy more closely. This episode is anticipated to show Diamond confronting the harsh reality that respect is no longer sufficient to maintain power. Section 4, A Fatal Move by Jened. Jened's careless actions are expected to eventually catch up with him. Jened is supposed to make a move in Episode 7 that crosses a line he can't uncross. His actions put him squarely in the crosshairs, whether it's betrayal, overconfidence, or desperation. Jened's fate feels closer than ever by the end of the episode, and it won't be a clean exit. The feds use actual pressure. Law enforcement will no longer remain in the background. The feds are anticipated to make their first significant move in Episode 7. Everything could be changed by a raid, an arrest, or a flipped informant. Tommy is forced to battle more intelligently rather than loudly because a single mistake could reveal his entire organization. Section 6, A Betrayal is explained. The revelation of a betrayal is one of the biggest expectations for Episode 7. Section 3, Two Visions, Two Leaders, Diamond vs. Tommy. Diamond is fighting a different battle within CBI, while Tommy moves quickly and violently. Diamond values respect, discipline, and order. Tommy is a believer in power, speed, and terror. The developing conflict between these two leadership philosophies is shown in Episode 6. Diamond attempts to keep CBI together, but fissures start to appear. Soldiers challenge choices. Loyalty seems unsteady. The episode subtly poses a crucial question: can Diamond continue to lead the traditional way in a city that now demands brutality? Section 4, The Downward Spiral of Jened. Jened remains his own worst enemy. His desire for power totally impairs his judgment. He makes more rash choices rather than growing from his mistakes. In Episode 6, Jened begins acting in ways that endanger not only himself but also everyone around him. Jened clearly doesn't care who gets hurt as long as he wins at this point. This episode sets the stage for what seems like an inevitable betrayal or demise. Law enforcement closes in, Section 5. Law enforcement moves silently in the background while the streets heat up. Federal agents start making connections regarding Tommy's operation. There's more surveillance. Informants begin speaking. Tommy is put in jeopardy because of this. He is currently engaged in combat on two fronts. The federal government is keeping a close eye on him and he has criminal adversaries on the streets. One error could cause everything to fall apart. Section 6, Loyalty in the Face of Stress. Godalkin's abilities seem to be able to control nearly every superhuman. He can manipulate people without ever touching them, unlike Kate. It is difficult to avoid wondering if he would be able to manipulate Homelander and use him as a puppet to carry out his plan to commit Soup Holocaust. Billy Butcher and Godolkin share a common goal: they both want to eradicate a sizable portion of the superhuman population from the Earth. Butcher wants to eliminate all soups, whilst Godolkin wants to keep only the best ones. This is the main difference between their strategies. Godolkin might strategically use the soup-killing virus and manipulate Billy Butcher to further his common objective. He could use Sister Sage's assistance to create a final strategy that would deceive Butcher into siding with him. But he would be at odds with Homelander over this. Cypher might go after Marie once more because she has also apparently developed into one of the most powerful superheroes in the boys' reality. In order to achieve his ideal soup paradise, he may use her abilities to mass slaughter the weaker soups in addition to enhancing the power of the stronger ones. During Gen V Season 2, Polarity emerged as a surprisingly capable hero. He was able to use his own Magneto-like skills to deflect Godolkin's powers in addition to assisting the young soups in solving the larger Cypher riddle. He appears to be the only soup who is not susceptible to Godolkin's mind control at the moment because of this. If Godolkin wanted to get Polarity out of his way, he could easily create another superhuman puppet. However, Polarity could be able to use his abilities to defend other superhumans from Godolkin if he manages to strengthen himself even more with Marie's assistance.